Minister Humphreys to the House. Third motion, Senator Craughwell.
You're welcome, Minister, and I thank you for coming to the House for this commencement debate. On the issue of Class K PRSI contributions and the lack of benefits accruing from those contributions, I'm raising the issue mainly on behalf of the countless city and county councillors, the lifeblood of local democracy, if you want, who have approached me on this subject. Councillors are paid a representational payment of €16,590, described as a salary-type payment, which is subject to deductions including PAYE, pension levy, USC and PRSI at 4%. For most councillors, these deductions will mean a take-home payment of little over €8,000 per annum, plus fixed allowances for travel and membership of committees where appropriate. However, unlike their non-office holding counterparts in industrial, commercial and service type employment, who are employed under a contract of service and who also pay 4% PRSI, under Class A, local authority councillors get no benefits whatsoever from their contributions. Indeed, for the same 4% level of contribution, those in Class A get job seekers benefit, illness benefit, maternity benefit, adoptive benefit, health and safety benefit, invalidity pension, widow and widowers or surviving civil partners contributory pension, guardian payments, contributory state pension, treatment benefit, occupational injuries benefit, carers benefit, and access to schemes such as the CE scheme, having served their community and perhaps not been re-elected. The disparity between the two groups could not be more stark. It is a case of everything versus nothing at all. Minister, I'm aware of the historical development of this situation and that up to 2011 office holders, including members of this House, did not have to pay PRSI. I'm also aware that Social Insurance Fund currently has significant shortfall of expenditure over income and believe that the widening of the social insurance net to include office holders is welcome and fair. However, that those new contributors do not get any benefit from their contributions is both very unwelcome and very unfair. It is, in fact, discriminatory and flies in the face of everything we hold true about equality and justice. The Minister may argue that the Social Welfare Consolidation Act of 2005 provides that there are two categories of persons who are compulsorily insured, employed contributors and self-employed contributors, and that councillors are neither. They do not have a contract of employment and what is generally understood as a master-servant relationship, where the worker is subject to direction, control and dismissal, but neither are they self-employed. They have a unique status in as public representatives, but why should they be penalised for being so? Neither am I alone in expressing these views, and in 2011 Minister Leo Varadkar told the Examiner newspaper that he believed it was always wrong that politicians did not pay PRSI and that he had no difficulty with paying it. However, he went on to say it is unfair that there is no benefit accruing, that there are many different classes of PRSI, but we are now the only ones who pay and get nothing back. In explaining the government's decision to include office holders in the PRSI scheme, Minister Eamon O'Keefe cited the solidarity principle of the Social Insurance Fund as a reason. We know from internationally and nationally accepted definitions that the solidarity principle stems directly from the recognition of the individual's right to social security protection. The principle of solidarity is what justifies the existence of social security schemes in the first place and ensures that most vulnerable categories of citizens enjoy real access to social protection they require. However, while office holders are upholding their side of the solidarity principle by paying 4% PRSI, the charge will not generate any subsequent benefit entitlement, and so the state is not. Minister Burton speaking at the launch of the September 2012 of the 2010 actuarial review of the Social Insurance Fund said, a core principle of sustainable social insurance systems in advanced economies is that citizens receive benefits in proportion to their contributions. I'm very pleased that this philosophy of social insurance, which is based on solidarity, continues to hold true. Sadly, Minister, in the case of city and county councillors, this does not hold true. Minister Burton went on to say social insurance offers excellent value for those on lower incomes and people with shorter working lives. Might be worth pointing out here, Minister, that quite a number of our councillors now are unemployed or are stay-at-home housewives or house husbands who devote their entire lives to their councils. But however, we must remember that the solidarity principle does not necessarily apply only to those on low incomes, but to all those who, through the occurrence of social risk, lose substantial portion of their earning capacity. As politicians, we all know, I finished very shortly, Cathaoirleach, look, you will allow me
the Chair is very generous to you, and it's an issue that's very close to my own heart, so I fully support.
Excellent. Thank you, Cathaoirleach. As politicians, we all know social risk associated with our profession. The risk of not being elected again, the risk of long periods out of office, and the consequent implications for every aspect of our lives and our financial situations. I am coming to an end. While it is true that many local authority members have jobs in addition to their role as public representatives, increasingly many do not. Their job as a city or county councillor is their sole occupation. Following the passing of the Local Government Act in 2014, councillors with an enlarged workload and extended electoral areas are spending even more time fulfilling public office obligations, leaving less time to other paid employment. Furthermore, most councillors make a lifetime commitment to the people they represent and are elected for many decades to their working lives. In return for this, in return for the PRSI they pay, they will never get anything in return. We use the phrase career in politics, but who would want a career that outside of the protections of the Social Insurance Fund, that's outside the, outside the Social Fund protections, while you're contributing to it. The exclusion is particularly relevant in the context of changes to the National Pensions Framework. We all know that qualifying conditions for state pensions include a standardised in-state pension age at 66. Indeed, some councillors of 66 are still paying 4%, over 66 are still paying 4% PRSI. I'll skip along very quickly, Cathaoirleach, here, if you don't mind. Where will this leave councillors in the present and future who, having contributed to their entire career, will have no pension entitlements? Christy Burke, 30 years service, he's coming out as Lord Mayor and he has nothing to show for it. Where does it leave those who take extended career breaks to take up mayoral and Cathaoirleach positions in local authorities? Where will it leave those who will find themselves unemployed following elections? Where will it leave women who are encouraged to enter politics in increasing numbers? In this well-documented fact that women are traditionally known to have reduced contributions during the time, due to the time spent at home caring for children, women are now being disadvantaged as councillors, as the time they spend in service to the public will not help to accumulate one single contribution. The argument can be put forward that the gratuity is provided when a councillor reaches the age of 50, but this does not provide for them for the rest of their lives in any way that a contributory pension does. Finally, I'm coming to the end. I recently attended the 1916 commemoration.
More time.
I appreciate that, Cathaoirleach, and was reminded again that the proclamation declared that our republic guarantees religious and civil liberties, equal rights and equal opportunity to all citizens. Well, Minister, elected members of local authorities are not only citizens, they are citizens who devote hundreds of hours every week in service of their electorate and communities by ensuring democratic accountability, encouraging active citizenship and developing valuable local services. City and county councillors provide the cornerstone for our democratic state, and discrimination against them is blatant and unnecessary. Today, Minister, I appeal to you on behalf of the office holders, but in particular on behalf of our hard-working and dedicated city and county councillors, to revisit and redress this matter as a matter of urgency. Thank you very much for your forbearance and your patience, Cathaoirleach. Minister.